Live from Opokas Hill Studios in Highlands, Harare, I am Yvonne Mokondani. Arthur Evans will join us later from our Montrose Studios in Bulawayo.
My name is Joyce Mabika. Susan Masona is on sign language, and these are our leading stories tonight.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa notes successes the country has scored across various economic sectors.
In business, a foreign currency mobilization spurs Victoria Falls Stock Exchange listings.
And in sport news, former national team captain Benjani Maruwari implores clinical finish for Warriors to secure AFCON progress.
Well, let's now give you the news in detail. The country's infrastructure development sector has recorded notable successes over the past few years, with road construction continuing at full pace across the country, even during the festive season.
The Harare-Kanyemba Highway is among the extensive road projects being carried out, with President Emmerson Mnangagwa recently noting the recent victories the country has scored this year across various economic sectors, including roadworks.
2025 is coming to an end. A number of projects were conducted during the course of this year. Now, these include projects in the infrastructure sector. As President Mnangagwa delivered his Unity Day speech recently, he said Zimbabweans must celebrate the work that has been done so far. And this includes projects like this one.
As we reflect on the journey we have traveled since the signing of the Unity Accord, we continue to celebrate the countless victories we have scored as one united nation. The National Development Strategy 1, which concludes this year, has delivered. Going forward, NDS2 was launched, with our focus shifting to industrialization, value addition, and inclusive growth. We are committed to accelerate the transformation of our economy, creating jobs and improving the quality of life of our people.
As the nation celebrates these milestones, work has not stopped in some sectors during this Christmas break. On this 27th of December 2025, we are at the Harare-Kanyemba Highway. Work is in progress despite it being holiday season. There is no time to go on holidays as these workers have a target to meet. Now, this is not the only project that is being carried out under NDS1. We have seen work that was done on the Beitbridge-Chirundu Highway, where over 400 kilometers were completed using local contractors as well as local expertise. Now, the aim of the Second Republic is to ensure as the projects are being carried out, they also provide jobs for the local people.
Tikufara nechirongwa chemutungamiriri wedu mukuru wenyika chekugadzira maroads zvinova zvinoita kuti zvinoratidza nyika yedu iri kuenderera mberi ende ine picture yakanaka yemaroads. Mukana wekuti vanhu vemuno muZimbabwe tiri kuwanawo mabasa saka tiri kukwanisa kuchengetawo mhuri dzedu.
Tiri kugadzira nzira yedu zvino unyanzvi.
The project's resident engineer, Colin Cosmas, says they are aiming to complete the targeted section in the coming days, with 40 kilometers already completed.
We have a target for that we're supposed to complete before the year ends. So we've been disturbed by the rains, but we felt that it is very important that we complete the section that we started from Loma Gundi all the way to Blue Ridge, where we are. Making a cumulative of 21 kilometers of shore section. The other motivation is that we needed to make the road good for road users during festive season so that the roads are safe as well.
The Second Republic has put in place deliberate policies that ensure local companies are actively involved in major projects. Engineer Cosmas says this approach has created employment opportunities, particularly for graduates from the country's tertiary institutions.
It is a very good move by the government to trust local companies, since we have shown to have empowers our local companies and also gives the opportunity for the people who are being trained by our system, by our universities, to have an opportunity to get exposure and experience.
The Harare Kanyamba Road project involves the upgrading and widening of the road and bridges. Having commenced in 2024, the more than 365-kilometer stretch is expected to be completed by 2029. So 1 kilometer at a time, as these men and women diligently work on the roads, the country's road network is being rehabilitated. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, Kanyamba Harare Highway.
A government is rehabilitating various shrines and wartime freedom camps within the region as part of efforts to preserve the history of the Chimurenga and Zimbabwe's liberation struggle.
The armed struggle of Zimbabwe from white minority rule is one that continues to be told from generation to generation, and government's rehabilitation of various shrines and freedom camps where thousands of gallant sons and daughters of Zimbabwe lie is a crucial part of preserving the country's journey for independence. One of these monuments is Chimoio Camp in Mozambique, which was attacked in November of 1977, leaving thousands dead. Rehabilitation works are underway, with energy supply being improved by the recent installation of a mini solar farm, boosting the camp energy supply by the Rural Electrification Agency.
I know for sure that Vice President Mohade was sent all over in the countries that were housing our people, and he looked at all the camps, and so is what the President is doing here through the Ministry of Home Affairs and National Heritage, and through museums and monuments of Zimbabwe. It is intended that all over where our people are lying, something must be done.
Acting President Colonel retired Dr. Kembo Mohade says the rehabilitation of shrines and monuments goes beyond preserving history, as it also strengthens tourism and enhances relations between Zimbabwe and countries that hosted liberation fighters.
But following the trip, the way forward involves several key initiatives. One, documentation and archiving. We need to strengthen the recording of oral histories from surviving veterans who trained or lived at these sites, and digitize records, photographs, and maps to create a comprehensive liberation war archive. War archive is very important. Consolidation of preservation and restoration is key, and this involves ensuring physical upkeep of camps, monuments, and grave sites to prevent deterioration, and collaborating with host governments to safeguard sites as a shared historical asset.
In efforts to further safeguard the liberation struggle narrative, Cabinet has approved the Principles of the Veterans of the Liberation Struggle Amendment Bill. Under the proposed amendments, Botswana will formally be recognized among liberation struggle transit camps through a revised definition of non-combatant cadre. Olina Ndori, ZBC News, Harare.
Government has made remarkable progress in promoting reindustrialization through revitalization and retooling of Bulawayo industries witnessed under the National Development Strategy 1. With the National Development Strategy 1 coming to an end on the 31st of December, the nation has made remarkable progress towards its reindustrialization journey. Under NDS 1, the country's industrial heartbeat, Bulawayo, retooled by investing in latest technologies in order to be at the forefront of driving the attainment of the national vision of becoming an upper middle income society by 2030.
This aligns with NDS 1 pillars that include moving up the value chain, innovation and industrialization, employment creation, and economic growth.
The retooling of Bulawayo Industries under NDS 1 is set to be consolidated by NDS 2, which comes into effect on the 1st of January 2026, resulting in increased investment in the growth and production of homegrown products.
And we've gone into new products such as pasta, breakfast cereals and biscuits. Now those products have more of a value add than our traditional flour and maize meal. So what we see is that with local agricultural production improving and us becoming more efficient as producers of local grain, that we will have the ability in the coming years to export products like pasta, biscuits and cereals.
The fruits of the NDS 1, which have been reaped through the revitalization of Bulawayo as the country's industrial hub, have also cascaded to various infrastructure development areas.
I passed through Shabani at 8:45 a week ago. You cannot believe the development. Every week there's something new being built. There's a new factory. There's a new development. You are so fortunate to be living in Zimbabwe.
The positive milestones recorded under NDS 1 have laid the groundwork of NDS 2, which is set to run from 2026 to 2030, with focus on accelerating industrialization and value addition.
The First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, brought smiles to the faces of nursing mothers who gave birth on Christmas Day after reaching out to them with baby hampers. The details.
Sharing the same birthday with Jesus Christ is considered a blessing, and such was the joy of several mothers from Mavuku, Edith Opperman and Warren Park Polyclinics who gave birth on Christmas Day. Each mother received a baby hamper comprising baby clothes, a baby blanket and toiletries, all neatly packed in a baby dish. The mothers were also gifted with groceries. There was great jubilation at the three clinics as the women received the surprise gifts courtesy of Mother Zimbabwe. This is not the first time that the Mother of the Nation has reached out to mothers and their bundles of joy, as they are always on the priority list of the Angel of Hope Foundation. The first port of call was Mavuku Polyclinic, which recorded 7 Christmas births, 5 boys and 2 girls.
I'm very, very happy. Love and I appreciate.
The first child, my first fruit.
An atmosphere of celebration also engulfed Edith Opperman Clinic in Mbare, where the nursing mothers expressed gratitude to the First Lady for the surprise gifts. At the clinic, there were 10 births, 7 girls and 3 boys.
Tinotenda mama nezvavatiitira ndazvara mwana wangu nhasi musi wa25 December. Vatipawo magifts nezvimwe zvinhu zvekushandisa pavana neizvozvo tinongovatenda.
Not to be outdone is Warren Park Polyclinic, where Mother Zimbabwe replicated the gesture to 6 women who gave birth on Christmas Day. The beneficiaries expressed appreciation of the First Lady's surprise gifts.
Toda kungotendewa mai vedu First Lady nezvavatitirawo tasina nambozvitarisira. Tikuwo kufara kuti tagamuchirawo chipo chemwana muzuva ranhasi ratasina kumbotarisira kuti tichafamba nenzira yakanaka kudai.
Mother Zimbabwe interacted with the women at all the 3 clinics, rallying them to practice exclusive breastfeeding and take very good care of their newly borns.
Muchengetedza mwana kuti zuva racho rakakosha. Handiti vana miti vanenge vachikuudzai breastfeeding. Hasi kuradza here kuyamwisa?
The First Lady also comforted and offered words of encouragement to an 18-year-old expectant mother who was close to giving birth. Harare Mayor Councillor Jacob Mafumi, who was part of the First Lady's delegation, expressed gratitude to Mother Zimbabwe for the gesture.
She thought of the council hospitals. As you know, council, on average every month, we help 3,000 babies plus among our 13 polyclinics. And today we have had 5 children here, 12 in Mavuku and 10 at Bari. So it's a busy day, Christmas, as little baby Jesuses are being born. And we are happy as a council to be providing this service. And we are most grateful and thankful for this thoughtful gesture by the First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Amai Mnangagwa, on this special day.
The First Lady's Christmas Day outreach once again underscored a long-standing passion for women and children as she shares the joy of new life with families across Harare as a mother extending love to other mothers. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Harare.
For families once trapped in the fear and uncertainty of flood-prone settlements, the Dzivarasekwa accommodation flats have become more than just a roof over their heads. They are a place of safety, dignity, and renewed hope. The details.
With every rain season, anxiety has long gripped families living in wetlands and unregulated settlements where flash floods routinely swept away homes, livelihoods, and peace of mind. But that fear is slowly being replaced with relief. Through targeted housing programs under the Second Republic, President Emmerson Mnangagwa has prioritized the relocation of vulnerable families into safe, decent, and affordable accommodation, with the Dzivarasekwa flats standing as a symbol of that commitment. For Monica Mangoya, the move has been life-changing, bringing stability, comfort, and the security her family had long been denied.
Standard of living yachona iri nani, nemari yachona zvakatinakira zvinenge zviri kuenderana. Kuri kunzoko unenge woenda kokuti unogona kumuka wakanaiwa kana kuti musiri free wokugara kwacho pamba pacho.
Beyond protection from the elements, the housing units have restored a sense of dignity for beneficiaries, offering modern finishes and essential services many never thought possible.
Imba ino accommodate family zviri nani. Zvinenge zvakatinakira kuti unonzwa kuti vana vane pavo pokurara, isu vanhu vakuru tine pedu, then dining nekitchen, zvokungoita ngoti vanhu tinova free.
Under the Second Republic, government continues to scale up housing delivery in Harare, including projects such as the NBS housing scheme in Dzivarasekwa, while the private sector plays a complementary role in closing the housing gap. With 1 million housing units targeted under the National Development Strategy 2, the dream of safe and dignified shelter is becoming a reality for thousands of Zimbabwean families. Wellington Makonese, ZBC News, Harare.
Meanwhile, infrastructure development remains at the center of national development, with roads rehabilitation and construction of bridges in Chipinge improving accessibility and bringing renewed hope of economic development.
The Second Republic continues to record progress in improving road infrastructure, with communities in Chipinge also benefiting from government-supported programs. In Chipinge East, the Nyaunombo Bridge, which was swept away by floods in March this year, is now under reconstruction. The local community views the bridge as the nerve center of their economic and social activities and an important link to Chikore Mission Hospital and Chikore High School, among other facilities.
Zvizvarwa zvenzvimbo ineyi kuHolland kuWorld Horfine tiri kutotakawo matombo techibetserawo kuti pamwe bridge redu ringatokasirawo kuti tione kufamba.
Bridge iri rakatikoshera pakuti rinoenda kuzvikoro zvikuru zvemamisheni.
Another bridge along Musirize has been completed under ongoing efforts to improve road infrastructure in the district.
Vana vedu kuenda kuchikoro ranga ritori dambudziko. Tikaita urwere zvazvitotinetsa kuti tigone kutakura murwere kuenda naye kuchipatara. Chikafu chaicho chekuti tiholesewe. Taifamba kunoenda kumuzila.
Kuwakwa kwakaita bridge kwakatibatsira pakuti mayouth emuno munharaunda yeward 18 akawanawo pekubata akawanawo basa.
Toda kutenda nawo Mnangagwa vanonga vachititsigira kuti tuone mabridge aya kuti tuone ticharerukirwa mukati menharaunda yedu.
Residents have also welcomed the rehabilitation of the Chipinge Mount Selinda Road.
Tobonga
hurumende yakatibekera pato redu yakamborinasira yakarigreda rinoenda kobuda kubhodha.
Area Legislator Honorable Lincoln Liwayo stressed the importance of improving road infrastructure in Chipinge, especially the Chipinge Mount Selinda Road.
Toda kutenda baba vedu vaMnangagwa nebasa ravari kutibatira kuno kuChipinge East. Road iyo ikagadzirwa kusvika kubhodha, bhodha redu rikaitwa commercialized, rinobva ratoita decongest Forbes border.
Road rehabilitation works are being conducted across Chipinge district, with the Murambinda Bechnaf Road in Buyera among ongoing projects. Kenya Sivuje, ZBC News, Chipinge.
Solar energy initiatives are providing a significant boost in rural communities, with Siansundu and Zambezi clinics in Binga being the latest to benefit reliable electricity for essential healthcare services.
For decades, Siasundu and Zambezi clinics in Binga relied on candles for lighting, which limited the delivery of health services in the area. However, the installation of solar systems under the Climate Adaptation, Water and Energy Program, CAWEP Energy Component, being spearheaded by government in partnership with United Nations Development Program, has revolutionized healthcare delivery and education, offering a beacon of hope for the local communities.
Abachita abantu bakazosiko kambo bakatufutula bakatuvuna izinto zingi olokuthi bila ntu akauziya kamungale sunu bakabula byatukukutu akatolera uthi nwaja na amugawo nimuzi wadzira mwana wali yakanyama nimuzi wauzi waula bhuku lya mwana waya kuchikolo intale ziraluma abantu vele tokali mu mapenzi kuteka manzi amuwa wacha kutema chibaketi tatu chikonzi kukwenda twakusunguta tokamana kuyopo wa muzilundu tuli kulumbalo ko imutabi oyo ngubageta nche binkirene mbo omuno mutu kede uzobe fence izobe imbi garden awaliwo futi zoyungiziye lubo izokomene garden eso tichulumba tuchisungwete byakukumbira lubo lugwasi olumbuti mutiyongiziye lubo futi tuli kulumbalo ko kapati imanzi wonseni mumutwe namubona byambo bakaba mumutwe kwachaka kupema mumutwe tetokali kupema tetokali kulugwa mumutwe.
The installation of solar power has not only improved the working conditions, but also boosted the morale of healthcare workers.
Ivana uti uzojigire mwana nazo uchikolo venga zuwa lyabala mpota imutwije tao jigira mwana tawepe achikumba twakachinja twakanene ata uchikotedepe mulali ali ache kutukotezya kwakali kuya kumanzi no twakanene yabiya tawe kukote atolo mwalanga bya twakachacha kubanga tozwa muchikwa manzi akatugwasi alokozya uti olobana besaba twacha kubachira ababana bali wenda ope uchikolo edoti ngacheta chibakete tawepe wabula manzi akuti mwachire wati nkakopya kuchikolo mbobobe ntuba yawe.
In addition to water, agriculture and energy, the Climate Adaptation, Water and Energy Program project has integrated early warning systems to help communities anticipate and mitigate climate risks. 2 automated weather stations have been installed to provide accurate localized weather data for smallholder farmers, helping them make informed agricultural decisions. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News.
You're watching the main news. These and more stories are available on our website at www.zbcnews.co.zw. Remember to also link up with us on various social media platforms. We are ZBC News Online.
Now, stories still to come in this bulletin. In business news, foreign currency mobilization spares Victoria Falls Stock Exchange listings. And in sport, former national team captain Benjani Maruwari implores clinical finish for Warriors to secure AFCON progress. Do stay tuned for those and more stories coming up after this break.
Babe, we're getting late.
I'm coming.
That glance is a choice. That text can wait. Don't let a text rewrite your story. Silence your phone, protect your journey, and do not text and drive. This message is brought to you by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Portras.
Guided by the policy direction of His Excellency, the President, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development has placed ambulances at major accident hotspots for the festive season. If you need emergency help, call Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe on 0772 922 623 or toll free 991 or 591. Ambulances from Discovery Ambulance and HEMS are stationed in Masvingo, Matabeleland, Manicaland, Mashonaland East, Midlands, and Mashonaland West, ready to rush you to safety. Road safety is my responsibility and yours too. Drive safe, stay alert, and remember, help is just a call away. This festive season, protect yourself and your loved ones, because every life matters. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development and the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. Safety first, there is no second chance.
Babe, we're getting late.
I'm coming.
That glance is a choice. That text can wait. Don't let a text rewrite your story. Silence your phone, protect your journey, and do not text and drive. This message is brought to you by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Portras.
Across Africa, a new era has begun. Shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future, together. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. A peer-led HIV and AIDS intervention program is bearing fruit in Wedza and Uzumba Maramba Pfungwe districts of Mashonaland East Province, where mining areas have proved to be problematic hotspots.
For years, the mining communities of Wedza and Uzumba Maramba Pfungwe were fertile ground for the AIDS pandemic, as the predominantly male workforce worked far from their homes, and with readily available cash, it came with a high risk. With the miners always busy and coming from different areas, all in search of cash, penetrating these high-risk areas with health information proved a mammoth task for the health authorities. It is with this in mind that the peer-led HIV and AIDS intervention program was established. Its effectiveness rooted in a simple idea that the most credible messengers are not outsiders in white coats, but people sitting next to you at the bar, sharing a plate of sadza or working alongside you in the pit. This initiative has worked wonders in Uzumba Maramba Pfungwe, where most workers are now aware of the need to protect themselves.
Vashandi ava vari kuzvitambira matambiriro avari kuita vari kutonyatsa kutaura kuti no iyi program iyi yakanga iri kupeora wrong because yakatageta varume chete chete. Pakutageta kwakaita varume ka zvikureva kuti varume ndivo vanohuswindi vanohundinya zvinhu zvokuti vanogona kuramba kuda kutestwa, asi panapa kana tavapinza muring yekuva tichivatrainer wari kuzoningirira wari kuzotestwa.
Tiri kuimplementa chirongwa chebehavior change community mobilizers program mucommunity medu ma-identified hotspot areas. Tiri kuimplementa mu 15 wards out of 17. nokuda kwokuti takaona umbowo kuti HIV transmission iri kunyanya kuitika muvakomana majaya vachangoyaruka atinoti ma-adolescent boys nevarume vakuru, even ma-older men.
In Wedza, where mining activities are concentrated in mountainous areas, the program is also targeting commercial sex workers who have embraced the initiative to fight the spread of the disease.
Ini ndakabenefita zvakawandisa kunaki kubva pandakaita PA educator. Bonde ndaitengesa ndichida kuraramisa vana vangu as a single mother angaine vana 6, but from NAC ndakanodzidziswa ma-iSAUS ndakugona kuzviraramira pasina kutengesa bonde. Dai pasina NAC pamwe kutaura kwatiri kuita kunoko ndakatoenda pasi, but through NAC ndakabenefita a lot.
Patakaona kuti dambudziko iri maybe tikatargeta ma-sex workers ma-clients avo ma-hotspot areas mama areas acho, ne also workplace activity workplace PLH the prevention model iyo inotargetawo miners iwayo makurokoza nema-farm workers nema-informal sector sepano patiri pano pawedza center.
We have seen a slight decline in terms of new infections amongst the boys to as low as 0.5% new infections among the adolescent boys, because they have been targeted by this program for the whole year and they have accumulated a large amount of information that will give them a background on which to fall back on in terms of where they meet challenges.
Wedza is the highest prevalence rate in Mashonaland East at more than 11%, while Uzumba Maramba Pfungwe is the lowest at just over 9%. Gerald Sasa, ZBC News, Wedza.
That report from Gerald taking us to our Montrose studios in Bulawayo, where Arthur Evans is on standby. Arthur, good evening.
Thank you so much, Yvonne. Well, we might be in the holiday season, but we are not taking a break from praying as a nation, as the Zimbabwe Indigenous Interdenominational Council of Churches, ZIICC, is set to host the 9th edition of the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving this Sunday under the theme, Acknowledging Divine Providence in the Progress of the Nation. Now, speaking ahead of the Day of Prayer, Reverend Andrew Taonashe, the chairperson of ZIICC, said this year's gathering will serve as a concrete period of thanksgiving for national development under the Second Republic. The event, which has been held annually since the dawn of the new dispensation, will feature Christian music and prayers for national unity, as well as continued economic growth. The acting president, Colonel Retired Dr. Kembo Mohadi, is expected to grace the event.
The 9th edition, it started with the new dispensation when we agreed with His Excellency President Mnangagwa that year by year we would dedicate the nation to God for the coming year and give thanks for the progress God has given us. And our theme this year will actually be acknowledging divine providence in the progress of our nation. What is actually going to be also novel in this case is that we want to put a real focus on has our nation changed over these past years, past 9 years. What are the changes? And as we look at them, and we look at them with a sincerity and honesty, or just being children of God, we see very good progress in various areas that God has given us help and also wisdom to our leader, His Excellency President Mnangagwa, to lead the country in such a way that it looks like, sometimes I say the whole thing looks like, the country looks like a building site. You know, everything is being built up, everything is developing, the economy is changing upwards, the agriculture is booming, and the harvests, investments are coming in, and there's a buzz in our country that we are seeing that God has been helping us do many good things that have developed the nation. So it is that thanksgiving of concrete things which will be acknowledged to every individual in our nation. 2026 based on the foundations that are also happening in our nation of the development into like NDS2, how the nation is changing and developing. We in the church are saying, hey, as the nation is being built, you, the individual, build yourself. We actually say 2026 is the year of them that build themselves.
Well, definitely, if you're looking at 2025, I think God definitely answers prayers. And ZANU-PF members in Mount Darwin have described 2025 as a year of massive development, attributing the progress to the visionary leadership of President Emmerson Mnangagwa. The sentiments were shared during the Christmas celebrations hosted by the ruling party's Deputy Secretary for Transport and Welfare, Dr. James Makamba.
Hundreds of ruling party supporters converged at Kangwemvura Farm for Christmas celebrations organized by ZANU-PF Politburo Deputy Secretary for Transport and Welfare, Dr. James Makamba. The event served as both a festive gathering and a moment of political reflection.
Senator vedu vari PB Comrade Makamba vatiunganidza seutungamiriri weMount Darwin pano papurazi rababa wavo kuno kuchesa tichisimbisa musangano wedu zvakare tichikurukura pamusoro pemadevelopments ari kuitwa kubudikidza neutungamiri hwababa Mnangagwa.
Tinofanira kuti takaungana kudai tichitanhau dzedu dzemusangano masero tanzi ngayanoumbwa musi wa2 January tobva tatotanga kuumba masero.
ZANU-PF Mount Darwin District Coordinating Committee Chairman, who's also Deputy Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, Honorable Kudakwasha Mpamanga, noted the party's footprint in the district grew significantly over the past year.
2025 ranga riri gore rakasimba musangano weZANU-PF kuMount Darwin. Wagara wakasimba asi ndinovimba kuti rakasimba kupfuura ipapo. Leadership pachayo yakabatana ichifamba nedonzvo rababa Mnangagwa re-rural industrialization 8.0 tiri kuisa development pamberi.
Host in Mount Darwin, Senator Dr. James Makamba emphasized the unity displayed during the festive season is vital for maintaining the momentum of growth in 2026.
Kuno ku Mount Darwin kunzvimbo yechesa vagari vese vazhinji nevatungamiriri vemusangano vekuno nemadzishe mazvionera mega vauya kuti tikorekotedzane kuti gore rino raakupera. Tinotenda musika vanhu kuti akachengetwa, tinotenda maprograms ose akarongwa naShumba kuti akashanda, uye tine tariro yekuti mugore rataakupinda tichava nebudiriro, tichava nepundutso yakanaka kukunda gore rino.
Beyond the political discussions, the celebrations were characterized by food, drink and merrymaking. The ruling party leadership distributed gifts to attendees from across the district, joined by party members from the neighboring Shamva district. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Mount Darwin.
We turn our attention further south, where police in Gwanda have launched a murder investigation following the discovery of a body of an unidentified man on Friday. The deceased was found with a deep stab wound to the chest, prompting police to appeal to the public for more information.
The body of a man whose identity is yet to be established was discovered by a passerby this Friday. The witness immediately alerted the police, who attended the scene. Following a preliminary examination, investigators discovered a 30-meter trail of blood leading to the body. The deceased had sustained a deep, fatal stab wound to the chest. Matabeleland South Provincial Police spokesperson Inspector Chiradiso Dube confirmed the report, noting that investigations are currently in progress. She further appealed to members of the public for any information that could assist in identifying the deceased. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Gwanda.
Matabeleland South Province is experiencing rapid economic growth attributable to the investment opportunities created by the Second Republic.
Figures presented at the Matabeleland South Provincial Economic Development Plan Review last quarter are anything to go by. The provincial economy is experiencing rapid growth, with mining, manufacturing and agriculture being the major drivers. The establishment of Orangeville, a citrus processing plant in Beitbridge, which was awarded Best Investor of the Year, and the commissioning of the Palm River Mining Energy and Industrial Park by President Emmerson Mnangagwa kept Matabeleland South's contribution to national economic growth. Figures also indicate that gold and lithium production are major contributors to the provincial gross domestic product, with the province producing more than 3.5 tons of gold and over 350 million tons of lithium. According to the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, more than 140 village business units have been established in the province, with more irrigation schemes and dams under construction to support climate-proof agriculture. Devolution funds, the Constituents Development Fund and development partners have also contributed to a surge in the number of clinics and schools being constructed in the province, with Bulilima having 5 clinics ready for commissioning. The construction of the Kwandamapisa and the Bulawayo roads ahead of the 2026 independence celebrations are also among the major highlights of 2025, as the province looks forward to achieving upper middle income status by 2030. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News. Kwanda.
It is the season of giving, and Zororai's All People's Home continues to receive support from the ruling ZANU-PF party, with consignments of food items being handed over to the institution this festive season.
It was a festive season with a difference at Zororai Old People's Home in Mtare for the 90-year-old Gogo Diana Mkakurirei after the hosting of a festive season party at her institution. Gogo Mkakurirei, popularly known as Gogo Dukas Moyo, summoned her singing skills as she expressed joy at being remembered by the ruling ZANU-PF leadership.
Ndafara na Christmas ya 2025 since I was born andina kumbuiona. Hayi hallelujah chaiyo. Asina kuimba kuti wetera mwezi wa kurarama ndolo zya 2026.
Hata tazo nandacho wachachita hakuna ziko icho zvinoenda kune chikeni.
ZANU-PF Central Committee member Comrade Gertrude Mutandi and Politburo member Comrade Irene Zindi spoke on the motivation to remember the elderly.
Taona zvakatikoshera kuti tispende zuva ranhasi nawo tichingoteedzawo matsiko apresident vedu vanoti leaving no one and no place behind. Tasongofunga kuti ayewa naChef Zindi nemacheledi atinavo emuno maMutare tikati nhasi ngatimbosiyeiwo mhuri dzedu timboendawo kunana mai nana baba vakagara kudzimba uko vanotoshuvirawo kuti dai vaine mhuri dzavo vachispendawo time nawo.
Enda kuti kuna vaMudhenda ndoda kuunza yogurt. vaMudhenda says, you know what, Irene? Old People's Home is at the center of my heart. I don't mind if you can take that goat, have it slaughtered for Old People's Home. He was even telling me, the roofs are leaking, and he's actually in the process of actually trying to renovate my roofs, and before he has done quite a lot again in terms of my renovations.
The institution's administrators are appreciative of the continuous support to the institution.
Pachikafu taona taigirwa rice, taigirwa nyama, taigirwa hupfu, wana sugar, wana rice. Zvinhu zvinotibatsira kuti 2026 yatakupinda tipinde tine masupplies akanaka.
The event was marked by emotional moments as the inmates appreciated that they are part of this year's Christmas festivities. Kenya Sivuje, ZBC News, Mutare.
Continuing in the giving spirit, over 5,000 people from Sanyati received an assortment of groceries from their legislator, Honorable Polite Kambamura, who is also the Minister of Mines and Mining Development.
In rural Sanyati, joy arrived on the back of a haulage truck delivering smiles, hope and Christmas warmth. More than 5,000 residents from across the district, mainly the elderly and the vulnerable, benefited from food hampers, expressing gratitude to government for fostering a culture of giving and inclusion.
Tikufara zvakapfurikidza mwero zvokutoti tiri kutoshaya kuti tingaite sei nekuti nguva yatave zvazvatiomera.
Tinotenda baba vedu vaMnangagwa vanotirangarira mwaka nenguva mumazuva ose tichiwana mbeu hapana anoshaya. Na baba vedu vakambamura na kansela wedu vakabatana tinozunzwa kufara.
Izvozvo hatinambozviona isu mupenyu hwedu hwose. Saka ndinowa kufara zvakanyanyisa nokuti tiri vanhu vanotambura takafirwa navarume kare kare.
Kubva kumbeu, fertilizer, nhasi taibika sadza.
The Christmas hampers, which included basic food items, are complementing the food security efforts under the Second Republic.
Tikuona vanhu vari kuratidza kufara uye vari kusumudzirwa. Mune zvakawanda zviri kuitwa. Ukatarisa road inoyatiri iri kugadzirwa, ukatarisa ma-VBU ariko vanhu vakuwana chikafu kubva muma-VBU.
The initiative was spearheaded by Sanyat legislator and Minister of Mines and Mining Development, Honorable Polite Kambamura.
Takaona kuti kune vamwe vanoshaya zvokupedzisira zvokuti hana kana chekubata. Zvokuti anotoomerwa panguva inoi yehoride kuti ndinobika chii ndine vana, dzimwe inherera, dzimwe ishirikadzi, dzimwe ichembere, dzimwe harawa. Vamwe vanhu vakaremara. Saka tauya panapa kuzoti tibatane pamwe chete semuono waPurezidendi wekuti hakuna anofanira kusara, hakuna nzvimbo inofanira kusara. Saka ndauya nemahambaya, pane hupfu, pane magrosari akasiyana siyana zveudoba zviri mumaPeabek umo. Saka tiri kuzviita constituency yese. Padistrict rega rega tiri kuwana vanhu 200 padistrict. Madistrict edu aripo 28.
As the sun set over Sanyati, the spirit of giving lingered, felt not in lights or decorations, but in full grocery bags, grateful hearts, and a community that felt remembered. Tamuka Charakupa, ZBC News, Sanyati.
We're going to take a break, but we will be back immediately after that with more news. Do stay with us.
If you drink, be responsible.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
So here they come for the opening game, and away we are here at the African Cup of Nations.
Join our family meeting from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. Purchase a decoder for $30. AFCON 2025, live on SuperSport.
Let's take a look at business news. Zimbabwe's move to establish the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange, VFX, to help companies raise foreign currency for expansion is bearing fruit. on the back of increased appetite by firms to list on the market.
A company that is listed here on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, that is Econet Wireless Zimbabwe Limited, has announced plans to shift trading from the local domestic currency denominated bonds here to the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange in a move it is expecting will unlock more funds in terms of hard cash that is required to sustain operations. This is one of the key benefits of the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange 5 years after its establishment by the government.
Companies are moving to the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange with one big aim, which is to raise foreign currency, most needed to boost operations. And the setting up of such a market is a huge advantage to us, for our economy, for it to definitely bring positives towards growth and sustainability.
But what's next if companies continue to delist from the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange in preference of the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange?
We are quite comfortable that there is a path to viable for the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. We know countries where there's an international financial center, they have two exchanges, one domestic and one in the international financial center, and both have done well and survived.
The Victoria Falls Stock Exchange is a subsidiary of the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange and was set up by the government to help those companies in need of foreign currency, a move that has seen companies in the mining, tourism, agriculture, among many others, listing on the foreign currency denominated trading market. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
Zimbabwe's tobacco industry has registered massive milestones in 2025, driven by increased participation of smallholder farmers and the Second Republic's interventions in facilitating a business-friendly environment. Now, in an interview with ZBC News on the overall performance of the industry this year, Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board Chairperson Mr. Pat Davenish expressed gratitude to smallholder growers for their commitment to the growth of the industry, which resulted in Zimbabwe smashing records in terms of overall production while generating much needed foreign currency.
There's a huge amount of smallholder farmers. Roughly 130,000 families are producing tobacco. And their production accounts for more than 65% of our production. And it's great to have such a diversified grower base, because when you've got 130,000 farmers, you've got a lot of depth in the industry. So they are growing better and better quality, and that is for several reasons. One, they themselves are working very hard to become better growers. Two, the contractors who provide their inputs are providing agronomy services to them. So they are getting better and better. So what we're looking for is, yes, we want more people to grow, but really we want horizontal growth. We want the farmers to produce more tobacco on the same hectareage of better quality. The world market has changed. The Brazilians are producing more, but it's early in the season yet. We are definitely producing more. Current indications are that the crop will be 400 million, but don't forget it's early days. There's a lot to happen between now and the selling season, which will probably start in March sometime. In terms of quality, reliability of production, we're right there. Never forget, there's a huge issue that we have to manage, and that is the sustainability issue. We have to plant more trees. We have to work on technology so that farmers can use coal, they can burn coal without electricity. All this stuff is what we critically have to address. And we need to get local cigarette production growing. We need to produce more cigarettes here rather than export the raw material.
Next, we take a look at the arts. And the ZANU-PF affiliate, the National Organization for Development and Empowerment, has successfully hosted a beauty pageant aimed at empowering the girl child and promoting youth development.
9 contestants took part in the competition, with one emerging as the winner to serve as an ambassador for the organization. The pageant provided a platform for young women to develop confidence, personal branding, and marketing skills through pageantry.
Tasarudza vana kutangira pa 16 years pa 30 years. Vane 16 years tavaitira kuti vagare vari muchipo chavo vagare vashowa talent yavo. So tava tati ayo isusu rikatore kubva pa 16 years.
Guest of honor at the event, Comrade Blessing Chebundo, emphasized the importance of valuing and protecting the youth from social ills, describing young people as the future of the nation.
The future is in the hands of the youth, and any country, any organization, any political party that is in government, or those that are not in government, they have to value the importance of the youth, the upkeep of the youth, protecting the youth from all social ills, because they are the future. This modeling event that the NODI, National Organization for Development and Empowerment, have undertaken, I think it's very important because it facilitates, give the youth a platform, especially the girl child, a platform to get experience in skills, marketing, and all the skills that we need for them.
The pageant forms part of broader efforts to create opportunities for young women while promoting positive values and skills development.
We take a break, but we'll be back with sports news.
Life can sometimes seem like it's on pause, each day blending into the next. You're left wondering when the excitement will return, when the adventure will begin. That first sip awakens the wild rivers within, where every moment is an opportunity to explore, discover, to live. Welcome to the world of Zambezi Lager, where the mighty Zambezi flows and greatness abounds. For the Zambezians, it's all about good friends, great moments, and the taste of adventure. Step into the captivating world of Zambezi Lager, where every taste is a journey and every moment shared is filled with the heartfelt pride of Zimbabwe. Zambezi Lager, for those who seek adventure, who cherish the journey, and who know that life's greatest moments are shared.
Thank you so much for staying with us. The big question is, how does the Zimbabwe national team proceed in AFCON? Well, former national team captain Benjani Maruwari has challenged the Warriors to be more clinical in front of goal if they are to progress to the second round of the Africa Cup of Nations.
Zimbabwe face neighbor South Africa on Monday in a must-win encounter as they seek to book a place in the second round of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. The Warriors created numerous chances in their match against Angola, but failed to capitalize, ultimately setting for a draw against the Palancas Negros. Encouragingly, the team has recently rediscovered its scoring touch, finding the back of the net 5 times in the last 4 matches under coach Marian Marinica after failing to score in their previous 5 international outings.
I think when you go into the next game knowing that we still have to qualify, I think it gives an extra edge, and we're all happy with this draw. But though today, I think we created more chances. We had more chances than Angola, of which is positive for me, even if we didn't capitalize on those chances. The more you create them, the more you create better chances to win the next game. I think they've done enough work and to know what to do in the next game. You know, at this level, we all know that we need goals. If we create like 10 to 12, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there were more than 9 clear chances, yeah? Clearly, we need to score. So, positive. Hopefully, the next game we're going to win.
Zimbabwe currently anchor Group B with a single point. However, victory against South Africa on Monday will guarantee a place in the second round of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. In the other Group B encounter, Angola will be taking on Egypt. Lawrence Trusira, ZBC News, Marrakesh.
Well, hopefully we do proceed to the next stage of the Africa Cup of Nations. The entire nation is behind the Zimbabwe Warriors. And with that, Thank you so much for being behind this main news bulletin. We continue tomorrow with more stories. A big thank you to Yvonne, to Joyce, as well as to Susan on the sign language desk all the way in Harare. From me, Arthur Sevens from the Montrose News Desk. God bless you all.
Zim Digital set-top boxes, decoders with all the 7 local television channels and 6 national radio stations are now available for sale. The decoder will give viewers access to ZBC Jive TV, ZBC News, ZBC TV, ZTN Prime, Pre-K TV, Kiona TV, NRTV. No subscription is needed as all the channels are free to view. For $25 or the Zig equivalent, the decoder comes with a cable plus indoor and outdoor antenna. The decoders are available at the Broadcasting Authority of Zimbabwe, BAZ, Transmedia, and all the TV broadcasters.